Hi, my name's Martha Swales and I'm a chef. Today I'm going to show you how to make stuffed cherry tomatoes. Stuffed cherry tomatoes make an excellent canapé. The only thing to watch out for is make sure you buy cherry tomatoes and not baby plum tomatoes because you won't be able to get into the baby plum tomatoes nearly as easily and they won't stand up on your serving dish. Okay, so for the filling, the first thing I'm going to do is put in the goat's cheese. Then in go my toasted pine nuts, they're going in whole, add a nice bite. In goes the fresh basil. Then in goes the caramelised onions or onion marmalade. The caramelised onion adds a little bit of sweetness and works really well with goat's cheese. And finally we're just going to put in the single cream, which just helps to loosen up the mixture because the goat's cheese is quite thick. And finally some seasoning. We're going to put in some salt and some pepper, and now I'm going to combine that all thoroughly. The first thing to do is take the top off of your cherry tomato. Once you've taken it off, keep it. You're going to need it later for decoration. We're going to pop it back on top. So each tomato has a membrane running across the tomato, and what you need to do is just get a little knife and cut either side of that membrane. Careful not to cut through the surface of your tomato whilst you're doing this though. And then just get a teaspoon and scoop it out. The place where it's still joined will be at the bottom of the tomato, so that's where you really need to work at it. A great alternative, if you happen to have them, is measuring spoons. They're a really good shape for getting inside the tomatoes. If you do manage to get your cherry tomatoes on the vine, do keep the little green bit on the top of the tomato because that looks really good when you present them later. Finally, all you need to do is to shave off the bottom of the tomato. Try and make sure you don't go through the base, but this will now mean that your tomato will stand up straight and won't wobble around on a plate. So we're now ready to assemble our tomatoes. Take about half a teaspoon of the mixture and just pop it into the tomato. So make sure you push your mixture down inside the tomato, and a little tip here is just to take the spoon away at an angle so you can balance the lid on top. Okay, I'm now going to take those little basil leaves that I mentioned earlier, pop them on top of the mixture and balance my lid on at an angle. So these stuffed cherry tomatoes make a great canapé, especially if you're trying to think of a vegetarian one. I know they're a little bit fiddly, but you can always get the kids to help you out. It's the kind of thing they love to try. And there you go, that's how to make stuffed cherry tomatoes.